Talk with Natasha G. G.
I'm the best.
G.
Talk with Natasha G. Talk with Natasha G. Talk with Natasha G. Talk with Natasha G. Talk with Natasha G. Talk with Natasha G. I'm the best. Talk with Natasha G.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to the Talk with Natasha G show. I'm your host, Natasha G. Congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs on their 5th NBA championship. I hope everyone had a Father's Day that was filled with an overabundance of love and lifelong memories. This past week, we had to say goodbye to two iconic figures, actress Ruby Dee and America's Top 40 and Top 10 announcer Dee Kasem. Named a force of nature by USA Today, Ruby Dee was a legendary actress and civil rights leader. She was even arrested while fighting for equality. She died on June 11, 2014, at the age of 91. In homage to Ruby Dee, here's a clip from the film American Gangster, where she played alongside Denzel Washington as his mother. She received an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress in this film.
Oh, Frankie, I need to speak with you a minute. Please, sit down.
Listen,
sit
I
down
got to
just
go.
a minute. Will you please come back a little later? Thank you.
Mom, I got to go, all right?
Yes, just a few words.
Listen to
with
me,
you.
I got-
Yeah, please, sit down. Just a few words. I've been thinking about some things. You know, if you'd have been a preacher, your brothers would have been preachers. If you'd have been a soldier, they'd be soldiers. You know that. I mean, they all came here because of you. I mean, you called and they came running. That's because they look up to you. They always expect you to know what's best. But even they know you don't shoot cops. Even I know that. Everyone knows it.
All right.
The only one who doesn't seem to know is you.
All right, Mom.
Sit,
I ain't gonna shoot no. I promise you, I ain't gonna shoot no.
I never asked you where
Mom, I
all
understand.
this came from because I didn't want to hear you
Because
lie.
I don't want you to worry about it. Now, come
Well,
on, I
please,
got to
don't
go.
lie to me. Don't do that. Do you want to make things so bad for your family that they'll leave you?
No.
Because they will.
I understand.
She will leave you.
All right.
I will leave you.
The radio icon, famous for his America's Top 40 and America's Top 10 countdown, and the voice of the character Shaggy for Scooby-Doo, Dee Kasem, died yesterday on Father's Day, June 15, 2014, at the age of 82. Mr. Kasem had advanced Parkinson and died surrounded by his loved ones. This makes me extremely happy to know because there was a court battle with his children by his first wife and their stepmother, Jean. His children took their stepmother to court so that they can see their father. It's just good to know that they got to spend time with their father before he died. And tonight, in honor of Dee Kasem, I will play a clip of him as the character Shaggy and following that, him announcing the America's Top 10.
Jerry, as long as we're talking to the young people this morning in their canisters and waking mom and dad up and telling them to get to the telephone, there's another character, a cartoon character that I've played for the past 18 years on the network and in syndication. How many of you know the show Scooby-Doo? Yeah. There's a character that I play on that show, the sidekick of Scooby-Doo for the past 17 or 18 years, and his name is Shaggy. And Shaggy would like to say a few words to the young people out there, all right?
Go ahead. Are you Shaggy?
I'm Shaggy.
Go ahead,
Shaggy talks like this. The way he talks, Jer.
Go
and
ahead.
He's always talking about his good buddy Scoob, his old friend, his old pal, his old dear buddy. And Shaggy would say right now, not all young children are as fortunate as you are. There are some that aren't. And some of them have muscular dystrophy. And there's one way to make sure that we one day find a cure for it. So just like Scoob would say, that's right, Raggy. I'm saying, as Shaggy, pitch in. Get those dimes and those quarters and those pennies. They add up, and they can all make a big, big difference. Your old pal Shaggy and Scooby too saying, why don't you do it this morning and remind Mom and Dad to get to that phone and make their pledge too, okay? Thank you.
WJZ-TV, Channel 13, Baltimore. From Hollywood, America's Top 10 with Dee Kasem. This week, you'll see Stevie Wonder.
Everyone's feeling pretty. It's hotter than July.
Lacey J. Dalton.
Hard times losing your faith, watching your spirit fall.
And part 3 of our special feature on pop music. This week, we look at the 70s and today. Plus, exclusive reviews of Billboard's Top 10 on the Pop, Country, Soul, and Album charts for the week ending November 2nd, 1980. Now, here's Dee Kasem.
Thank you, and hello again, everybody. Let's get right into this week's Top 10. Debuting at the number 10 position, a hot record for Stevie Wonder. It moves up 5 notches, and it's called Master Blaster. Also debuting this week at the number 9 position, up 2 notches, Diana Ross's latest called I'm Coming Out. Stephanie Mills never knew love like this before. Last week's Pop Spotlight song is at number 8, rising up 2 spots. At number 7, down 3 notches, Diana Ross's former number 1 song, Upside Down. Diana has 2 in the top 10, and that's not bad. Number 6, up a spot, Donna Summer's The Wanderer. Remaining at the number 5 spot this week, Doobie Brothers' Real Love. Up to number 4 from number 6, beautiful ballad by Kenny Rogers called Lady. Number 3 again this week seems to be stuck in that position. He's So Shy by the Pointer Sisters. Holding at number 2, the former number 1 record by Queen. Another one bites the dust. And number 1 for the second week in a row, Woman in Love by Barbra Streisand.
Life is a moment in space when the dream is gone.
Well, now it's time for our Pop Spotlight Song of the Week. You know, some years ago, a well-meaning teacher at a school for blind children in Detroit told one of her pupils that if he worked hard, he could earn a living weaving baskets. And if he really applied himself, he might even become a piano tuner. She gave this advice to Stevie Wonder, but she hadn't reckoned with Stevie's inner vision. He's kept his piano tuned all right. He's had 6 number 1s on the pop chart, and this is now his 14th number 1 on the soul chart. Here he is at the organ with Master Blaster.
Everyone's feeling pretty. It's hotter than July. Though the world's full of problems, they couldn't touch us even if they tried. From the pop I rhythm, Molly's heart's on the books. Tonight there will be a party on the corner at the end of the block. Even though the you will be coming until the break of dawn. I bet you nobody ever told you that you will be coming until the break of dawn. I bet you nobody done the time on. They want us to join the fighting, but our answer today is to let all our worries, like the breeze through our fingers, slip away. Peace has come to symbolize
their Pop Spotlight Song of the Week, Master Blaster. Coming up, part 3 of our series on pop music yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And this week we'll take a look at what happened in the 70s and what's going on today.
Sorry for that. Just couldn't turn Stevie off. But please, continue to keep both Ruby Dee's and Casey Kasem's families in prayer. Okay, so we now have advice column questions for this evening. The first question comes from Tired of Being Lonely. The question reads, Hey, Natasha G. I've been single for over 2 years, and I'm tired of being lonely. A week ago, I went to the grocery store, and I ran into one of my really good friends' ex-boyfriends. It's been about 3.5 years since they broke up, and I haven't seen him since their breakup. While at the grocery store, we spent over 30 minutes catching up. The conversation was going so good, we decided to exchange numbers. He called me the same night. We've been talking every night since, and we have plans to hang out together this weekend. Since my friend broke up with him and has moved on, she's actually still with the same guy she started dating after the breakup. Is it okay that I begin dating him? I have a good feeling about him. I think he may be the one. Signed, Tired of Being Lonely. Tired of being lonely. Are you serious? If this is not a rhetorical question, I don't know what is. If you felt for 1 second that it was okay for you to date this guy, you would not be writing me. You'd be writing or calling your soon-to-be ex-friend if you start dating this man. In my opinion, this is a major violation of the girl code. I have several problems with your question. First and foremost, when your friend broke up with him, that's when you break up with him as well. What in the world do you mean you haven't seen him since their breakup? Newsflash, you're not supposed to. Another thing, why do you know exactly how long it's been since they broke up? It leads me to believe that you were attracted to him when they were dating. Did it ever dawn on you that the conversation is going so good because your really good friend, as you stated, has mentioned you, your likes and dislikes in conversations with him? Another thought is he could very well be using you to get back at your friend, since you're saying she dumped him. Please forgive me, everyone, for being crass, but tired of being lonely. I think you need a Bob and forego dating this guy. If you don't know what Bob is an acronym for, email me and I will convey what it is to you. Go back to the same grocery store and several other grocery stores and meet another guy that one of your friends has not dated. Unbelievable. Okay, our next question comes from Should I Tell? What's up, Natasha G? This is embarrassing, but here it goes. My boy is dating a prostitute, and I'm not sure if he knows. For my birthday last year, one of my boys came in town and took me to the strip joint. He took care of me the whole night, and to top it off, he bought me a night with one of the strippers, which is my other boy's girl. He said he has only been with her for a week. They haven't even gotten together yet, but he's really feeling her. When I met her, she acted like she didn't know me, but I think she was gaming. I asked my boy where she worked, and she said she was a teacher. Should I tell him what's really up? Signed, Should I Tell? Should I tell? Heck yeah, you should tell. Not only should you tell, you should stop accepting gifts of a sexual nature. It's dangerous. You should have told him the second you met her. And by the way, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but she probably doesn't remember you. Although she made a lasting impression, you may not have. She didn't specify what type of teacher she is, so hopefully she has changed her occupation and is gainfully employed as a legal teacher. I mean, let's face it, it's only been a week. There's no real emotional investment. Your friend should be fine. So by all means, tell him. Okay, the next question this evening comes from Living a Lie. The question reads, Natasha G., I've been living a terrible lie that I don't know how to fix. I've been with the father of my children since the age of 12. I'm now in my 50s. We have 2 beautiful children together, a girl and boy. My boyfriend was dangerous and was feared by many people, including myself. When he went to jail for 15 years, I had an affair with another man, got pregnant, and gave birth to a precious baby boy. Afraid of what my boyfriend would do to me if he ever found out about me not only sleeping with another man, but having a baby by another man, I gave my son to my aunt to raise as her own. It seemed like the best solution since my aunt had been trying to have another child for over 10 years and was unable to. She was more than happy to take on my responsibility and raise my son. I could not be more grateful and happy with the great job my aunt has done with raising my son. My boyfriend has been murdered and is no longer a threat. I would like to tell my son that I am his mother. He is 25 years old. He graduated from college. He's married to a pretty young lady who is now 4 months pregnant. I missed out on being his mother for the first 25 years of his life and would like to make up for it by being the best grandmother I can be to his child, and if he allows me to, I would like to be a mother to him. I told my aunt I wanted to tell him, and although she would prefer I didn't, she said that she always knew in the back of her mind that I would eventually want to come clean. She's just glad that it's happening later in life and not when my son was younger. She said she was honored to have had all the years with him that she did. My aunt is the best. I knew she would take it well, but she warned me to think about what's best for everyone else and to remove my feelings from the situation and think about what this would do to my son and daughter that I had with my boyfriend, my son that she raised, and his father, who is currently married to another woman. She told me to think about the lives that this would affect. Deep down inside, I know she's right, but I don't want to live a lie anymore. It ate me alive in the past, and it still is eating away at me to hear my son call my aunt mom. I want to make things right, and I think at first everyone will be upset, but eventually it will work out. Signed, Living a Lie. Now, before I give my opinion, let's hear what our Natasha G listeners have to say. Hello, are you there?
Hello, yes, I am.
Okay, hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Sandra Stevenson.
Hi, how are you this evening?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking. Now, what's your advice for living a lie?
Well, I think that she should just leave it alone. Her son thinks his aunt is his mother. He's about ready to have his own family, has a wife, and he doesn't need her at this point to come and upset his world. He will probably be devastated to find out that his aunt now is not his mother. I don't know what he thinks she is to him, his cousin. Well, that's how she needs to keep it.
Okay, even though she's saying that it's eating away at her, you feel like she has no premise, who cares how she feels?
She's only caring about herself. Other people that are involved are going to hurt more so than herself. She should just think about everybody else and not just herself, and let her son finish living his life as a lie. Like his aunt is his mother, not her. He has nothing to gain by finding out today that she's his mother.
Okay.
She can't introduce him to his father.
Well, I mean, in all actuality, it sounds like she knows who the father is, but she's just said that he's married to another woman. I don't know if they have children or not, because she didn't state that in the letter.
Okay, so does this man know he has a son?
She didn't specify.
For 25 years.
I don't think he knows. I think that because when it reads that her aunt told her to think about, the lives that it would affect, and one of them would be the father of the child as well. And I don't think that he knows that he has a son. I don't think anyone knows, nor her children that she had with that boyfriend, the son that the aunt raised, and the father of the son that the aunt raised.
What does she think she's going to gain by now revealing this?
She wants to clear her conscience. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, we'll tell her to write herself a note.
You're harsh. So that's it. So she basically should just keep her mouth shut and tell her story walking, huh?
Exactly. Leave it like it was. That's how she wanted to be. Don't change her mind now. Yes.
Okay. Okay, and so, and guilt, it's a crazy thing. It can eat away at you. And so now she's feeling, you don't care the fact that her boyfriend was very dangerous. It sounds like, he's a hardened criminal. He was very dangerous. She was fear. Fear drove her to do what she did. So you don't think that she should get some type of sympathy?
No, she don't need to wreck that young man's life right now. He's happy. I don't think he's going to, after 25 years, she's going to make him happier by telling him that she's his mother. No, she's going to hurt him. So she needs to think about other people.
All right, but she's saying she's trying to make amends. You think she can't make amends? You think
She can't make amends, not 25 years later. He lived his whole life with somebody else being his mother.
Okay.
And she don't need to take that away from her aunt either. He's going to be devastated. He's probably mad at his mother, probably mad at his aunt, because he's going to feel everybody's been lying to him his whole life.
Right. And he would be correct.
Exactly. So you don't need to do that right now. She needs to think about somebody else's happiness other than her own.
Okay. But she's saying, fear drove her to it. I think you're relentless. I think you're not going to give her any sympathy. So she's saying that the fear of the relationship that she was in, how her boyfriend was feared not by many people on the street, and she feared him as well.
Well, she feared him.
She didn't fear him enough to stay out of the arms of another man, but she,
right.
I guess
she would have never got pregnant
if
she really feared him. Yeah.
But she felt safe because he was incarcerated at the time. Then in turn,
he wasn't going to be there forever.
Okay, well, 15 years is a long time. Can we give her that much?
Yeah, I can't say I blame her. If that's, she's a young girl and he's away for a long time, well, that's his problem. But the flip side of that, she could have went out here to fair, whatever. She didn't have to get pregnant since she feared the man so much, but she did.
Okay, and but then
she fixed it by giving her son to her aunt. So that's where it should lie, right there. That's it.
Okay. So you feel that that's it.
She gave the boy away. You cannot come back and get him once you gave him away. I don't know if they went to a legal adoption or not. But she gave him away. You cannot turn around, I changed my mind. I want my son back. It doesn't work like that.
After her aunt put in all the time. You're saying forget it.
Exactly. She put in all, right. She supported that boy all that time. She put him through school, whatever she did. And she didn't get nothing from her. She didn't contribute nothing to this life. Now, 25 years later, you want to say that, by the way, I'm your mother? No. It's not fair to the aunt. It's not fair to her son either.
Right, I agree that it's not fair. She should have, conveyed or kept the child and just raised the child. Because it is your child, your responsibility to take care of it. But, fear drives us to do a lot of things in life. Have you ever not been afraid of something that perpetuated you to do something that you think you would not do?
No.
You got it all under control. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, well, thank you so much for your input. I guess you're not going to give her any slack whatsoever. I think, guilt is something that can eat away at you. And, she's trying to come clean, trying to make amends. But you feel that that is just water under the bridge at this point. Just forget making
It's just
amends.
a little too late, and she's only thinking about herself, and I have no sympathy for her whatsoever. She needs to leave that boy alone.
Okay, she's hopeful though. At the end, she's saying that she thinks that people will be hurt, but she thinks that I guess they have a very strong, cohesive family that things will eventually work itself out. You don't think that it can be repaired if she was to tell them. You don't think the flip side to it that if she told them that they can in turn work on a relationship and repair it. You don't think it could be restored at all?
No, I think everybody will be devastated. And no, she needs to leave well enough alone. She felt she made the right decision in the beginning. She could have kept her kid and been honest. You're doing 15 years. And by the time you got out, he probably got over it. But no, she wanted to give the baby away. So now you gave the baby away. You can't give something away, then come back and claim it again later. Once you give it away, it's gone. It's not yours anymore.
Okay. But, she's saying, that her aunt, who is the person that's really, who put in all the time and all the work and made the huge sacrifice of taking on the responsibility of raising her son, that she is the one that's sincerely okay with it. She's saying that she knew for sure that her aunt was a great person. So I guess that's the reason why she chose the aunt to raise her son. But she's saying that the aunt is saying that she's okay with it. She's okay, and she kind of always knew that, it would come to this. It would come to the fact that, she would want to eventually, tell him that she's indeed his mother. So the one person who did all the work is okay with it. But you're saying, although she's okay with it, you think she's just saying it to pacify her?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because why would, I'm his mother. Why you want to take that away from me?
Right.
It's ready to be her grandchild, not living a lie's grandchild.
Right. And so she'll be taking away the joy from the actual aunt who it should indeed be her. She should have the joyous occasion of being called grandma.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for your input. And thanks for listening to the show. You have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay. So living a lie. My personal opinion, I do agree with our caller. You created this web of deceit and lies. So as an end result, it's your bed to lie in, and you got to put on, you got to handle your business. Put an H on your chest and handle it, because you chose all these decisions, and now you want to come clean. You stand to hurt everyone involved because of your feelings. You didn't consider all of this in the past. So as an end result, it's my personal opinion that you should leave well enough alone. Let your son, if you love him that much, let him be happy. Let sleeping dogs lie, and just be content with the time that you do spend with him, that you do have, as whatever they perceive you as being. I want to thank you so much for your question. I wish you all the best. I hope you take into consideration everyone involved, and more importantly, I hope that you choose better relationships, make better decisions and better choices when you decide on a mate for yourself in the future. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to listen to the Talk with Natasha G show. Please go out there in the world and make a difference. Thanks once again, and have a good night.
Natasha G. Talk with Natasha G.
Gee.